Hello everyone, welcome back to the Carter Dam. We just came in through this window there, and the plan is to go through this Carter Dam, and we're going to look for obvious things. I'm not going to loot the entire place. We're going to keep an eye out for the Hacksaw, because we need enough scrap metal to make some arrowheads once we get to the forge. So, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and light a torch because we're going to need one in this place anyway. I'm running low on torches. Okay, that's usually a static spawn for a cooking pot, if you're ever looking for one. I am grabbing that. We are pretty heavy and we are tired. So, it is nighttime. We're going to just keep going. I'm trying to avoid the temptation of checking everything. I'm just going to be looking for, I'm going to grab this bandage here, things that are out. There's probably nothing in there. Okay. In here you usually find some tools, and sometimes that is
I could be able to carry this load for much longer.
Sometimes those are the high quality tools, but in this case it's not. High quality tools are a red canister, red toolbox. Sewing kit, we have scrap metal. How many scrap metal do we have so far? We have 4. So we need 4 more at a minimum. But as I said in a previous episode, ideally we have about 12 or something like that. So, okay. Let's keep going here. There is a fire, a place where we can make a fire in the next room. I should say the next load space, not the next room. So we can get some more torches. Not seeing any hacksaw yet. Let's just check these real quick. Okay, nothing there. Okay, let's keep going here. I think I do have some oil, if I'm not mistaken. Do I have oil? Yeah, I do have some oil. So I can make a torch, 100% torch. There's a whetstone there. I don't know about the rest of you, but ever since the recent patches came out, I have not seen a hacksaw in the Carter Dam, which is very surprising. Very surprising. I usually check all the way over here. I'm just waiting for the designers to put some loot at the end over there. Sometimes there's a book right here. I missed a target book right here at one point. On another run, let's take a look. No hacksaw, no hacksaw. No hacksaw. This is the way out. Don't go through that door unless you want to walk down all the way down and go across and come in like we did the way to get in. Because that's apparently a one-way door.
Thank goodness.
Oh, we got something. That may be the first time that corpse had anything for me. Alright, we're gonna make a fire in here. Excuse me, because I need some more torches. Hopefully we can get to the fire barrel before this goes out. He's walking very slowly. We may not make it. It's not that big of a deal, we'll just light another one. Yeah, this is gonna go out. Alright. I don't think I've ever seen a hacksaw in here either. There may have been one over here at some point on some other run, but not quite recalling that. Okay, let's get moving. We're not going to use sticks for this, I'm just going to use firewood here because it's heavier and we need to grab quite a few torches. There should be a lantern in the next load area. You know what, I'm just going to ditch that. I'm going to add another... Actually, let's add one of these. Okay.
It's starting to weigh me down.
We're not getting very good torches. There's a good one. Better one. How are we doing here? We might be able to get one more torch out of here. Let's see. Yeah, one more. Alright. Alright, let's get moving. Sometimes there's a corpse up here, sometimes not. And we have our bedroll, so we can actually sleep wherever. We got our bedroll. So, but keep in mind, the bedroll is gonna go down in quality faster, I think, every time you use it. So what you're gonna want to do is try and use a bed whenever you can. You know, even if you gotta walk 100 yards or so to get to a bed, rather than just using your bedroll. That's recommended. So I'm not gonna check many canisters. I have not seen a pry bar yet. Oh, I think, did we just pass? No, that's, wait a second. Okay, we didn't pass. I was looking for the stairs. Tell you what, let's go get the lantern so we don't have to keep messing with these torches, at least for now. The lantern is not here. Oh no. Well, there goes that plan. I think for the last like 4 or 5 consecutive runs I've done, that lantern has been right there on top of that crate. It's just been sitting right there. And so, you know, after a while you're like, okay, well, that must be a static spawn. And I can count on it being there. But you can't. Okay, so it's nighttime. Still no blizzard. This is very uncharacteristic of the long dark. Everybody who plays this game will tell you that. There are times, I think I said before in a previous episode, where you know, there had been a blizzard going through the night and then it quit about, I don't know, maybe close to midday. And then you're thinking, all right, okay, here's a pry bar. All right, we got that. Close to midday and you're like, okay, well, the blizzard's done, right? And then you go out there and you start doing stuff, and not even an hour later, another blizzard came. So this is just a very uncharacteristic of the long dark. Okay, there's a bed in here, so we're just gonna go in here. Also a bunch of scrap metal. Eventually we'll use all of these here. We'll most likely turn them all into arrowheads. Okay. Well, what time is it? I think we'll get a decent night's sleep here. We're gonna sleep a full night. We're gonna douse this. Now we have to eat. And I should cook those. But I don't want to spend the time cooking them while I could be sleeping here, because I want to make use of the daylight. It's touch and go like this here for me. Some people are they'll have a bunch of temporary bases. In the beginning, I like to get to my base first so I can unload a whole bunch of stuff and then continue on from that point. That's that. This. Oh, it changed. I meant to click the crackers there. Alright, where's the water? Let's get rid of some water. Alright, and we'll sleep for as long as we can. There's an aurora. Okay, we have some more sleeping to do. Alright. Okay. Still no blizzard. This is so strange. Okay. Okay, how are we doing on weight? Yeah, we're still pretty heavy. Alright, it's gonna be... Yeah, it's windy. It's gonna be a long walk at this speed. But we'll get there. We might need to make a fire along the way. Now let's check for a moose here. We've spotted one moose so far. There's one moose in Pleasant Valley we spotted. Sometimes a moose spawns right over here. I'm not seeing any moose markings though. That's probably not going to be a spawn spot for the moose in this region. There's an oak tree. Usually there's a wolf hanging down around this place. I'm hoping that if we do encounter a wolf, we can light a torch. But it is pretty windy. So we'll see. A good thing we don't smell. Then usually the only other wolves are along these tracks. Kind of by the, there's a small train wreck up here. I hear the wolves. I'm hoping the wind dies down. What time is it? Hoping the wind dies down here. Because otherwise we're stuck.
Can't feel my feet.
Throwing rocks at these wolves from a distance. And you can't aim when you do it, because if you aim, they'll charge you. You have to just throw them freehand without aiming. Because otherwise they'll charge you. I'm taking a break from studying. I have an exam tomorrow.
Goddamn freezing.
I need to recertify in a technology, and they're making me recertify because they say it's expired. And then as I'm going through the material again to recertify, I'm noticing that it really hasn't changed much at all, the technology. And then you wonder, why are they making me recertify if it really hasn't changed that much at all? But for over $300, for $350 to take the test, Money's a good incentive there, you think? How we doing? Yeah, we're fine. I don't think we'll have to make a fire before we get to the Mystery Link camp office. I don't think we will. Now, there'll be wolves around here sometimes. One time I was coming this way and I counted 4 wolves just kind of concentrated around here. And then what I did was if you can get where I'm going, I just went up over these rocks and I just went over that way. You can go that way. It's a sprain risk shortcut, you could call it. But you can head up that way if there's too many wolves here. And there's the deer carcass that's right there. I usually leave that deer carcass alone for quite some time in the beginning so that I can grab some feathers every time I go past it. I'm trying to walk pretty wide here. Don't see any wolves. I'm looking forward to... maybe I'm not looking forward to famous last words. The cougar. They'll introduce a cougar here. They have planned at some point. Now the cougar, it's an ambush predator. You know, so that thing is going to be very interesting. And probably frustrating. I can imagine what the struggle experience is going to be with a cougar. Because I tell you what, if it's realistic, I'm not going to be just on my back, but I'm struggling. That thing will flip us over, frontwards, backwards, sideways, as it uses its 4 claws and its jaws to try and take us out. If the game's realistic. A lot of times this game isn't that realistic, and other times it's very realistic. That's the interesting thing about this game. How we doing here? We're losing condition. There's a wolf right there. I think the wind has died down enough that I can use a torch. But I might be able to avoid this. No, there's 2 wolves. There's one over there on the left. We're not going to be able to avoid this. Alright. We have a flare as a backup, in case we need it. 3 wolves. You guys are just wanting to hang out, huh? Come on. Come on, buddy. Alright, there you go. Alright, let's inch closer. The other wolf's gonna come at us again, because apparently he forgot that he already tried this, so. Alright. You wolves have a short memory. Short memory. Here's our next contestant. And then we'll counter this wolf again. He forgot again. He's the forgetful one. I think the other ones, they said, yeah, well, I have better things to do. Alright, come on, buddy, come on. There you go. Now you're running the right way. Okay. And once I get to this point, I usually take this minor little shortcut, rather than going around this boulder right up ahead here. I just go right through. It's very small, but you know, when you're traveling this slow, and you might be too heavy and in a blizzard as well. It could save your run. It could save it. The closest I ever came, I should say, the closest I ever came to dying and not dying, dying and you know, then not dying was I was in the zone of contamination. And I think I had a struggle. Yeah, I had one wolf struggle, and it was also freezing. And then I also had the poison and all that. And then I actually started to, you know, sway. Once your health gets into the red, you start to sway. And I made it in, and I fell down into my bedroll, and I just survived. And that was really, really close. Okay, we made it. We are at our main base. Alright, I'm just gonna get rid of that guy. Now we can start dropping stuff. Finally. Okay. Before we do that... Alright, drop these potatoes. Drop this. Drop this. And drop this. Okay. Now I'm gonna start making up this place. Start organizing all my stuff. What's it say? Does that say summit? No. Not gonna spend a lot of time doing this. Now these potatoes, I'm just gonna leave them down here. They take up too much space on the... No. It's too close. How close could it possibly be? That's another thing I don't like. That you can't place things that close together for some reason. See, you're trying to recreate the laws of physics when you're building a game, right? Doesn't always work. Okay, so what I do is I use these for storage. There's about 10 kilograms you can store in here, so we'll store that. I'll organize this stuff later on. I'm gonna keep both pots. Actually, let's go in here. All right, get rid of these books. That book, this book. I'm gonna keep the wood here. All right. I only carry one bottle of each of antibiotics. Let's get rid of this cloth that we're not using. What's that? I think that's all of it now. I need to repair that, so I'm gonna keep these shoes on me for now, because I gotta repair those boots. Okay. Anything I want to get rid of here? No, not right now. The hammer. Tell you what, we're gonna... Okay, that's good enough. Get rid of this can. Get rid of these wires. Actually, these wires put over here. Actually, right on this, my workbench here. Because I use them for fishing lures. Anything else I want to do? We'll drop that. Okay, just keep this here. Things I make for fishing lures, I like to just keep here. Too close to another object again. Yeah. Okay. I think there is some kind of a hack or something. We need to get rid of that. I'm going to move these papers, get them out of the way. There's another pot. I'm just going to put that, actually just put this right here. Okay. I want to get rid of this weight some more because it's just really annoying me. Okay, what else can we get rid of? We can get rid of some wood. And let's get rid of a couple of these. Okay, better. Much better. Let's move this over here. I'll organize this. I'm going to organize that stuff later as not part of a an episode because it's kind of boring and it takes time. It takes quite a bit of time to do. So, okay. Get a potato. This over here. I got a bunch of potatoes to cook. Anything else in here? A lot of times a bedroll will be right there as well. That's another place it can be. We haven't gotten everything down here quite yet. Can. I'm glad they came up with another use for the cans. You can make those exploding noisemakers. They can use on Timberwolves. And I've never actually made any yet. I mean, I know you can, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay, let's go up here. Sometimes that corpse is not there. Ah, fire starting.
I could use this.
I don't think I've ever seen a hacksaw in here either. Okay. What should we do now? We're gonna... let's get rid of that book. Need it. I believe there's probably like 4 pieces of scrap metal in the Forlorn Forge. Maybe around 4. Most likely at least 3. But we do need more scrap metal. So I'm trying to decide what to do here. Actually, while we think about it, let's go inside. So we can either, usually if I don't find a hacksaw yet, and I have the hammer, I usually will go to the maintenance yard in Broken Railroad region, go to that forge, and there's a higher probability I'll find a hacksaw there. Other places we can check here are the lake cabins and Trapper's cabin. So I guess what we can do is we can head out to the cabins. We can get cattails along the way. And then we can head to Trappers, and then if we don't get the hacksaw in either of any of those places, then I'll probably just head straight to the maintenance yard. Because it's most likely we are not going to find a hacksaw at the Forlorn Forge. At least I have never found one there. So let's do that. We're going to grab some cattails. And then we'll head to the cabins. Any more over here? Okay, well, we're just going to go along this way here. And we should find out fairly quickly if the bear is going to be spawning out here. The last run I did, the bear was not spawning out here. If you remember the story I told about when I was harvesting the wolf carcass and the bear snuck up on me, it was right here. I was here, I had the bow equipped, I went to harvest the wolf carcass. During the harvesting is when you hear all those fast footprints, time lapse. And I knew right away what was happening, and then I just braced myself for it. And I can't believe that I hit him square in the head and killed him right then and there. It looks like if you hit him in the face, that's not going to be a kill shot, but if you hit him, if you hit the bear, like at the top of the head, sort of behind the skull, I've noticed near the top of the head, that'll kill him. That will be a kill shot. There's a wolf right there. He is in our way. So we'll go around him. Oh, look at that, we can run. Yay. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. There's a hook. I don't want to get out to that forge just yet. I like to make sure I have the hacksaw first. One guy I was watching, he spawned, I think he spawned in Timberwolf. And then he went to the Mountaineer's hut, and inside the Mountaineer's hut, he found the hacksaw, like, almost right away. And I was like, oh, you lucky. Lucky, 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 because if you find the hacksaw early on, that means you can start harvesting pretty much anything. You can start harvesting carcasses, you can start harvesting saplings while you're searching for other things, which means they can be curing, which means by the time you actually find the hammer and have some arrowheads, you're in business. Tell you what, I'm going to leave this wood here. I was going to say because for the fishing, but that one over there ends up being my main fishing one because it's closer to it, so I'll just leave that there for now. Okay, so if there is a wolf over here, like there is now, and there's none over here, then you can go this way, get to the cabins over here, and then you can take the back route to the other cabins. And if the bear is here, his spawn is over that way. But, you know, it's foggy. I don't see him yet. There's a rope up that way. There's a kind of a plateau. There's a cave, some saplings, some ptarmigans, and rabbits up that way. Alright. Now you do need to check on the outsides of these cabins. Sometimes things... Ah, yes. There it is. That's the second time I've said something right before it actually happened. Remember, it was the bedroll before.
Too
It was
heavy.
like, one time I found a bedroll here, and then I turn around and there's the bedroll. Wow.
I could eat
I don't think I've
anything
ever
right
found a
now.
lantern. I don't think I've ever found a lantern outside a cabin like that, though. That might be the first time. Okay, where's the hacksaw? I desperately need the hacksaw. So 8, so ideally 11 or 12 pieces of of scrap metal, because you can use 8 for the hatchet and the knife, and then you're going to want to have some left over for, at a minimum, 6 arrowheads. You know, ideally, I'd like to walk away with like 10 arrowheads just to get started. And we're not going to be going to Black Rock or the Bleak Inlet for quite some time. The reason is I tend to use, I don't know about you, but I tend to not use, lose quite a few arrows to to Timberwolves.
That'll come in handy.
The thing is, they move very fast, and it can be difficult to get a shot off. Do you see that black spot in the distance up there? I think that is the bear. I think. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait. Note left behind. It apparently was glued to the foundation and didn't get blown away in the blizzards. Alright. Paint. I don't use paint. I'd be interested if some people use paint and it's actually useful for them. You know, go ahead and post in the comments. I've already learned quite a bit. There's a nice and informative person who was commenting and educating me about some things here. And one of the things he told me was that the hammer is actually very effective for wolf struggles, which I didn't know. You know, you only have a short time to choose a weapon. I usually go for the knife, and based on what he told me, turns out that, and I use he very generically. I'm not a pronoun person per se, using, you know, I'm one of those old school people where we say, you guys, you know, you guys. It's kind of an old Gen X gender neutral term that we grew up using. So, yeah. Anyway, which, by the way, I am ecstatic that there are so many more female gamers out there. You know, in like the 80s and stuff like that, it was usually a guy thing, gaming. And I'm so glad that I'm seeing a lot more, especially a lot more women streamers and stuff. I just find that so cool and so fascinating. Because I tell you, I never dated a girl that was a gamer. And my wife is not a gamer. My daughter started to get into games, which is great. I didn't let her play, you know, the more... there he is. There he is. Now, Mr. Bear, I cannot entertain you yet. I have nothing to entertain you with except a hammer. But it isn't Thor's hammer. I guess I'm not a challenge. I was talking to the bear, and he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with you. Can I go around this way? I don't even know if I can.
You could eat a horse.
Well, this guy's getting hungry again. How many cattails do we get? Like I said, I'll munch on the cattails as much as I can to try to conserve as much food as I can and hoard as much food as I can. Alright, let's see if we can, I think, yeah, we can get over here. Good, and we did not get a sprain, even better. Okay, so we avoided Mr. Bear. After we discouraged him, we told him we're in a challenge because we did not have a weapon, we couldn't entertain him. And now he's gonna go find some entertainment. You know, one thing I wish they would add is the bear doesn't seem to eat anything. I've never seen the bear eat anything. You know, these wolves will attack things and take down deer and rabbits and whatnot, and they'll start eating it. But I haven't seen the bear eat anything, which is very interesting. He should be eating something. Otherwise, he'll get scurvy. Somebody should tell him. Okay. I don't see anything of use in here, except for the cloth, some wood, scrap metal. Okay, well that didn't help us. And I noticed this too. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Did you see that? You can rewind it. The bear wasn't there as soon as I came out. And then when I moved my view and then moved it back, you'll see the spawn. So this game, it doesn't like to spawn things in view of you. You can do this when you're looking for more feathers. If you come up on a carcass or a corpse, you can do this where you'll come up on it and just keep moving the camera around, and you'll notice that sometimes more feathers will spawn in the area. So the takeaway of that, though, especially with that bear, you know, if you step outside and you know there was a bear there before and he's not there now, move the camera around. Don't just start walking out. Because if you do, you might run into the bear. And he's coming over this way.
Eat anything.
Mr. Bear, I've never seen you eat anything, and game might not let me up this way. Okay, it is. We're just wanting to go around the bear here. Come around the other side. And there's more cattails over that way. I've gone into both these. There should be a deer carcass over there and more cattails. But we did not find the hacksaw, but we did find the lantern, which is fantastic. We found the lantern. Now we have even more of an incentive to head to the forge and the maintenance yard as opposed to Forlorn, because there's a jerry can in the maintenance yard. There's also more wolves along the way, so I'm gonna need to get my torches up to like 10 to head over there. So what we can do is we'll come up this way. I missed a cattail here. And we'll get cattails along the way to the maintenance yard, to Broken Railroad, but we're not going to go around and look at the forge there, the homestead, because it'll just take too long. We're just going to go straight. I don't see any other cattails. There's one there. One right here. Alright. We got plenty of wood. Let's do some cooking. We'll make some water. We'll cook those potatoes.
I need to find food.
Probably won't cook all of them, because there's quite a bit. And the potatoes take a while. So, I haven't found a skillet yet. 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's just cook 6. How about that? And we'll go ahead and use the wood we have on us. Alright. You want to try and cook outside whenever possible. Oh, excuse me. Since my fire skill is not at 5 yet, we do this first. We only expend 1 match, and then we can use this to light the fire. if I were to just use the match right off the bat, there's a chance, especially if your fire skill is level 1, you definitely do not want to try to
Come on.
light a fire with just the match. Ideally, the first match or the first
Turned out pretty
match
well.
you use is that doing that, but not after that. So once your fire skill gets up to 5, then you have 100% chance for lighting the fire. And while this cooks, I'm gonna get put another thing of fire on there. Another thing with fires I've noticed is you don't want to load them up. If it's an outdoor fire, you don't want to load them up with a whole bunch of wood and thinking you're going to be there for a while. Because what's going to happen is the fire, you're going to get a blizzard at some point, and you can't remove wood as long as after you put wood into the fire. It's not like you can take it out and say, okay, I'm going to use this later. You can't do that. You'll waste the wood. That's what'll happen. What did I come in here for? What did I come in here for? I came in here for something. I don't remember. See, I get talking. Ugh. 39 minutes. Actually, what you want to do, especially in this early in the game.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Now the potatoes will warm you up as well, so they're nice for that. But while stuff's cooking, you do want to spend some time crafting things, like getting teas ready and stuff like that. This guy I watch on the Long Dark, his name is Zach. Him and other players make a whole bunch of teas. I just make what I need. I don't make too much. So, but back what I was saying about the fires. The thing is that if you put a whole bunch of wood on the fire and then you get a blizzard, let's say you have like, you go up to like 8 hours, you got 8 hours of fire, and then a blizzard comes, wipes it out. All that wood's gone. It's just gone. You can't, it's like it disappears into the ether. You can't do anything with it. Which, that is unrealistic. We should be able to harvest. We can harvest campfires, but you know, there's no mechanism in the game yet to remember how much wood you put into a fire in order for you to get it back. Let's make some teas. Warm us up. It's almost nighttime, so we're gonna sleep, and we're not gonna make the run. So, at least right now, we're gonna go inside and drop some stuff, drink some water. There's a book I want to get rid of here. Okay, we'll do more book reading later on, not at this time. There's too many things to do, and I don't want to spend time reading at this point. Take this. This.
All I can think about is food.
And that. May have to actually eat some, like a can of something. Let's see. How we doing here? Let's go to our food. We'll pick up a bunch more cattails. I am gonna stop at Trapper's Cabin. Make a quick detour on the way, just to see if there's a hacksaw in there. There might be one in there. you'll pick up some birch bark along the way. Usually you can get about 4 pieces of birch bark along that way there. Okay, so we're gonna improve our condition. I don't have any other teas. Oh, I have an herbal tea that I picked up. Fantastic. All right, we'll drink that, and then we'll go to bed. Now, when we have this much energy left, and it's like at this point, yeah, we're already gonna wake up when it's dark out, so we will be going in the dark. It will be cold. So you see it's the it's the middle of the night. So you can do other things usually when it's this dark out. Like this. Craft some more of these. Actually, I'll just do all of them. Pass some time. Another thing you can do here is sharpen. You can make bandages. What do I have for bandages anyway? Bandages, bandages. Oh, I hear the wind. Not a blizzard yet, but yeah, we only have 2 bandages, so let's make another one. Or 2 more, I should say. There's 2 ways to make bandages. One, you can make it this way. Another way you can make it is when you go to your cloth actions. If you harvest, you're going to get bandages here. So if you harvest a cloth, you'll get bandage. If you make a bandage using the other interface, same thing. We're under our weight still. Okay. I'm going to sleep a little bit more, and then we're going to check the weather. If it's just windy, I'm probably going to go for it. We'll see. I don't hear the wind anymore, actually. We have our lantern. Let's feel. Okay, let's get. Oh, there's the skillet. Look at that. See what the lantern does. Alright, so this is what I do. I carry 1 of each with me. That's what I do. Some people carry 2 of the big pots. You know, but at least time-wise, you're not going to make any more water with it. It can hold more water, but from what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but from what I've seen, you're gonna, in the end, you'll make the same amount of water if you're using the skillet, a skillet or a pan. And the reason is just because of the time factor. You know, it takes less time to melt the skillet full of snow versus 2 liters, like 1 liter of snow versus 2 liters. So in the end, from what I can see, is it evens out. And there really isn't much advantage of having the 2 of the pots with you. I carry 1 of each because there are things that you can only make in the pot versus the skillet. And the same thing goes with the skillet. There are things you can only make in the skillet. That's also interesting as well. Now I'm going to come over this way a little bit more. And when I made that fire, I forgot to grab some more torches, but that's fine. Because chances are I'm going to have to make a fire inside the cart, the train wreck that's along the way. And I'll probably grab some more there, because I'll remember at that point. Okay, so there wasn't a wolf. Oh, there's a wolf right there. He is right there. I do not want to expend a match. so I've never gone this way, so I'm just gonna go right over the top here. I've actually never gone this way. Well, that turned out to be a nice little avoid the wolf shortcut. And what is that? I can't really see. Alright, hopefully there's a hacksaw and trappers. If there is, then we can go directly to Forlorn. And if we do that, then we'll probably just head to the maintenance yard and the hunting cabin. All the same, because there are a lot of carcasses in the hunting cabin region. And then I usually take advantage of those and get, before I have a bow, get as many pelts and guts curing as possible. I'm trying to find more birch bark, but I'm having a hard time. There's a... Oh, I can... No, I can't harvest this yet. Still can't, that's right. I don't have anything sharp with me. Got some birch bark. There's more birch bark, but I'm probably just missing them because it's dark out. I think, is there one right here? Yeah, there's a glare on my screen at this point, so it's hard
to
for me
find
to
some place
see.
to escape this cold.
Now, we got the bear spawn up inside the actual mystery lake. That bear spawn is active. Another bear spawn will be over here. I hope this one is active too. Because if it is, it's going to be extremely easy for me to maintain bear hides. Now, I do have plenty of coal to do what I need to do. At the forge, I mean. I don't see... There's a bear cave over there. He might not be spawning there.
So cold.
I think there's only 2 active bear spawns in this region. It probably varies per region. I don't know, but the bear can spawn. There's a hunting blind in this region. That's at the base of a creek. It looks like a creek, frozen creek. Yeah. All right, we made it here to trappers. There's always some rabbits on the other side. Excuse me, sometimes there's saplings over there that can spawn, but I don't see any just right now. Okay. Hacksaw, is there a hacksaw in here? There's a good amount of food. Oh, look at that, there's a hammer right there. Well, that's gonna be the hammer that I'll probably keep with me.
Hope I can still eat this.
The one thing about peaches, the can of peaches, is they're really heavy. I'm not gonna loot this place. I'm just really looking for... I was hoping to find a hacksaw, which means I'm not gonna carry one of these with me. Nothing in there, huh? You know, that looks like a bar of soap. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but that's what it kind of looks like. Hacksaw, come on. Oh, alright. Well, how's our weight? We're doing pretty well. Because we've been drinking, because our water's been dwindling. Yeah, I'm not gonna take any of that stuff with me. Alright, let's get moving. There should be more coal. There will be more coal at the maintenance yard. But I'm gonna go into this cave up here, and I'm not gonna go all the way through. I'm just gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna grab probably like 4 more pieces. Just to have a little more. And then we're gonna head directly to the maintenance yard.
Feel thick.
Because we have not found the hacksaw yet, and I'm not gonna take a chance and spend more time going over to Forlorn. It's unlikely there is one there. Alright, we're just here to get some pieces of coal. And I'm going to count 4 pieces, then I'm going to turn around. Nope. There's some over there. There should be some coal in here. And there's not. Huh. There will be coal over here. Coal there. I don't need that book. 2, 3, and 4. I don't see any others. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here, and we're gonna head to maintenance yard. We are warming up. I think what we'll do before we head out is we're just gonna use our bedroll real quick. To warm up, get some more energy back. And a tip is to not go to sleep with your lantern on. I think I did that a couple times in the beginning when I was first playing this game. Do things like that, then you'd wake up, it's like, what happened to my lamp oil? Oh. Yeah, another mistake people make is not picking up their bedroll once they're done sleeping. That has happened to me more than once. And I'm looking forward to getting the Spelunker's lantern. If you don't know, there's a lantern, a high efficiency fuel lantern. There's only one in the game, and it will spawn in the Timberwolf Mountain area. The documentation says it'll spawn in the caves in Timberwolf Mountain, or the transition areas around Timberwolf Mountain, or every time I've found the Spelunker's lantern, which has only been a total 3 times, because I haven't been playing this game that much. I started playing it again recently. And it's been in this transition, the ice cave transition between Keeper's Paths south and north. Now the way you get to that is on the western side of Pleasant Valley is what it is. And you get into Keeper's Pass. And the first time I found it, I didn't know what it was. I was trying to get to Black Rock, and there's the one I missed here. There's another one I missed somewhere back there, but we're not gonna look for that now. And I found it, and I'm like, what is this thing? It's like high efficiency lantern. I said, oh well, definitely use that. Then later on, I went all the way through Black Rock. Oh, there's that wolf. I don't want to spend a match. I do not want to spend a match. We're going to try to go around him. Let's try to go around him. If he doesn't turn around, we'll be fine. But he's probably going to turn around. Well, he's still going. out of his field of view. Yeah, you can spend time howling there, buddy. That's fine. Oh. I think even if he barks at this point, I think we'll avoid him. I don't think he can follow us. Yeah, let's test that out. We're gonna run just to keep going. And then we're gonna go to the next region. Yep. He can't follow us. He's just a mystery lake wolf, you know.
My fingers feel numb.
Poor little guy. He should travel more. Traveling's good. But it's expensive to travel. Okay, we're gonna make it to the maintenance yard, and then we're gonna run out of time at that point. And that's probably where we'll end it. And this has to be a record. We have not seen a blizzard yet. What day is it? What day is it? It's day 7. Oh, that's a record. I'd also be interested in knowing if anybody
Die if I don't
have
warn
gone
us.
this long on Interloper with no blizzard, which isn't making any sense to me at all. Now we'll be prepared to light our torch, but chances are we're not going to hit any wolves until we get past the train wreck, and that's where they usually hang out, between the train wreck and actually the broken railroad. They do hang around in other places, but they end up being concentrated. I'll show you what I'm talking about once we get closer. How are we doing on food? We need some more. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do much harvesting yet. I'm going to make a fire up here in one of the train cars. Get some torches, and then continue on. I keep talking about not having a blizzard because it is very rare in Interloper to go this long. I'm amazed. Amazed. Usually a backpack right here. There's usually a piece of coal and scrap metal and some other things on the other side over here. You do have to keep an eye out for bears. 2 more pieces. That brings us up to 6. Alright. Then candy bar. Alright. Back over this way. One time a bear followed me over here. And then I had the fire going right here, and then so he stopped right here. And I just shot him in the head, killed him. Okay, we got some good stuff here. Yeah, drop some gear. Actually, we're gonna expend some fuel here. Look at all this coal. Wow. Windbreaker. I'm not gonna pick that up. We'll pick that up later on. Okay, I gotta follow my own advice. Do it the right way until we get our fire starter skill up to 5, and then we can act like we're spoiled a little more. Did I spend all? Oh well, we'll use stick. Yeah, you gotta remember. So, warm up some teas.
Come on.
and get torches. I don't think I have to do anything else here. I might as well make a birch bark.
It worked.
Now let's just extinguish this guy. Just use that guy. Okay. Another thing I've done in the past is I've lit the fire with a stick, and then I, go about my business, say, okay, I got my fire. And then it dies, because I didn't add any more fuel. So, while this is waiting, tell you what, actually we'll make make another, oh. Now, so what's going on here is we don't have enough water to make any more teas, so that's why that was grayed out. Well, not grayed out, but the teas were grayed out. So when that happens, you won't be able to make any more teas. You'll have to make water instead. So grab that. And yeah, so we'll just make 1 liter. You have to wait. And it is warm, so I don't have to use a coal. Need more water. Now we can make some more teas.
Anything right about now.
Oh, something's picking up here, and I don't like the direction the wind is going because we have to go that way. Don't like that. Only good news if a blizzard happens. Sorry, I'm just thinking of things. There's not going to be any wolves out, unless they're already out there. So, alright, let's get some torches. Even though they're not going to be of any use to us in this wind. I need to add more fuel. Sometimes I click the wrong button. I go to grab a torch when I was going to go grab a fuel. That just happened.
I'm gonna need to eat some
Torches. He's getting hungry again. Do you have any? Tell you what. Let's have some peaches. Some people get into making the pies. There are pies you can make that have all these sorts of perks on them and stuff like that. Not really my thing. So this will warm us up too. Give us a warm buff. And it's not a blizzard, but it's windy, which isn't going to be good. See, there's the bear out there, because there's most likely wolves right over there, and we're going to need something to keep them away from us. So I'm not sure what we're going to do there. So, well, how many? Okay, we have 8 torches. We're heavy.
Wonder if
That's
I can
fine.
drop any of this gear.
Okay, let's get moving. Hopefully this torch won't go out. Please don't let it go out. I need it. Usually there's about 3 wolves, sometimes 4, just in this area alone. We lost our torch. We don't smell, so the bear is going to leave us alone. We are going to run to speed this up, because we don't have a torch, because it's too windy, and we don't have a bow and arrow yet. There's a wolf right there. Which way is he gonna go? There's 2 wolves. 3. Thing about this ice is you can fall through it in some places. An enhancement to the game I would like to see is varying locations of where you can fall through the ice. And there has to be some benefit to it getting colder and colder and colder, and one of those could be that later on in the game, once we're around day 100 or so, you're not going to fall through anything in the Forlorn. This whole region. Why? Oh, because it's negative 46 degrees outside. That's why. We know that ice does not stay static. It's always changing, just like the weather. It changes along with the weather, actually. So I'd like to see them tie the behavior of the ice to the weather. No, 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 no. Okay. Whew. That was close. I'm heavy, so I'm not running as fast. But we did avoid the wolves. Okay, so let's get some cattails. And I'm already going beyond my range of, like, say 50 minutes to maybe an hour and 15. I like to try and keep these videos at, but you know, we're just gonna have to keep it like this for now. I'm not gonna end this episode until we get to a shelter. So chances are, if we make it this far, we're not gonna run into another wolf until we get to the Broken Railroad region, which is just beyond this wreckage over here and in the tunnel. But yeah, that'll be a fantastic enhancement. If it's warmer out, you're going to have randomized spots where you could fall through the ice. And when it's negative 40 some degrees outside, it would be highly likely that there won't be any pieces of the ice you can fall through. Which would be fantastic, because there are specific routes in this region right now. You know, the only places you can go. Because of that ice. There's a deer blind over that way. In this region, there can be some things in the deer blinds, actually. I think I've actually found a hacksaw in some of these deer blinds, but I think one time I found two hacksaws in the maintenance yard building in Broken Railroad. Yeah, we're running because we're going against the wind and it's taking too long. We have to keep going. There's no broken, or you won't fall through the ice over here. This side. Yeah, for cattails. There is a perk where you, it'll increase, it'll make going through the wind a lot easier. You'll be able to travel against the wind faster. There's a perk for that. But it's not worth it when you only have two to choose from. One enhancement they did to the Long Dark that I wish they hadn't, because it was just easier. At one point there wasn't a continuity of weather between the regions, so you could have this wind, for example, in one region, and then when we get to the next region, the weather resets, and you know, it could be like a sunny day or something like that. They fixed that, so we have basically the same weather between the regions. But even though the wind is there, the direction of the wind changed from region to region there. You see that? Now it's coming from the right of us. which means we can walk at a decent speed. How's hypothermia? We're doing okay. We'll be fine. We won't encounter a wolf until we get past this wreckage up here. Now I'm hoping there's a good amount of food. There should be at least like a thing of crackers. I'm hoping there's a good amount of food in in the building, in the maintenance building. But we'll encounter that. We'll cross that once we get there. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find some carcasses. I may have to just, this is gonna be a little tricky. Because once we're at the forge, we're gonna be at the forge for a good 12 hours at least. So we're gonna need food. Otherwise, we're gonna lose our well-fed and take damage. So we're gonna try to avoid that. Because of the weather in the previous region, I did not get as many cattails as I'd like, and also because of those wolves. So we'll head up this way. Back and forth, and there we go. Okay, now is when we'll have to use a match, because we're not going to get past going through here without encountering the wolves. There's usually one wolf
Never been so hungry in my life.
that hangs out up here. He's killed me once, I think. We'll see what happens. We usually see him by now. I'm not seeing him yet. He could be down on the other side of this wall. I'm not seeing him. I know he's out here. I'm not seeing him. Must be a corpse over here. I was gonna say if I'm in need of food, I could get some carcasses. I was thinking like, oh, I could just make the knife and then go get some carcasses. The problem with that is it takes so much coal to heat the forge up. There's another maple sapling there. Yeah, you're a bit delayed in the game until you can get some hides and saplings curing. Tell you what, I'm gonna equip the torch. And we're not gonna press the left mouse button until we see a wolf. There he is. I mean, when you're this close, you just really can't avoid this wolf, unless you happen to scare him. Ooh, we might be able to go past him. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Okay, we got past that one, but there's gonna be at least one more down here. I can see him already. pretty cold. We may not have to light a torch. We can get into... Oh, there's... Yeah, okay, we'll have to light one. Yep, here we go. Alright, see ya. Next. Don't get in your friend's way, dude. Alright. Hypothermia is kind of close, but we'll just come in here, see if there's anything. Oh, just a fuse. Oh. I usually like to get up, climb up here, so I can see more of them.
Just lay down for a bit.
You again? Don't you remember? We've already done this. You don't remember, do you?
I could eat anything.
Okay. We are here. This is where I'll leave you. We already have our save and we're gonna kill the game, so but before we go, I'm just gonna do a quick sweep. See if there's a hacksaw in here. Some car battery. There should be one. Sometimes there's one down here on top there. Oh, we got a rope there. There's the fuse. Suspended in the air. Okay, I don't see a hacksaw. So just don't see a hacksaw yet. Okay, oh well. Well, we'll make the best of it. We'll make do. At the very least, we should be able to come out of here with a hatchet and a knife, because we have 8. So we can get our knife and hatchet, but we may have to come back and make some arrowheads, which would be a major bummer. But we're gonna try to find, I may have to go to the hunting lodge, see if there's any more scrap metal out that way, maybe a hacksaw, who knows. But I'm not gonna start this forge until I'm really ready to do so. There's more coal here, so yeah. So we're sitting pretty good. All right, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Talk to you later.